Welcome back, everybody, to October's vlog. I know I'm a little late here. It's been really busy at work. Robotics. Got just a side note here. One of my out of my 4 robotics team, one of them actually qualified for the state championship for March. So really early start of success here. I wish they to continue with my other team. So it's been absolutely crazy the last month or so, trying to get everybody on board, get everything ready. And then October is here, believe it or not. We did survive our very first storm of the year in October. Hope you guys survived that well. Normally what I do is right before storm, I kind of prep my trees for that type of scenario with if it's predicted high winds, I usually kind of either tie down my trees, or better yet, I actually take them off my bench and put them on the ground. Just prevent breakage of branches, pots, things in that nature. And then usually after a storm or a big rainstorm like we just had, I usually walk my bonsai area and kind of look at my trees, see if any maintenance need to be done on it. For example, do I need to rotate my trees? Is the spitters okay? Did I lose any from erosion from the rainstorm? Was anything not watered at all? And then last night was kind of touch and go. We dropped down to about 48 degrees. Not yet winter temperatures per se. Nothing for my tropicals to worry about. That's kind of things that you kind of gotta try to predict ahead of time. So dropping them down to 48 degrees, I wasn't too worried about temperature drop. We were in the 90 degrees just a week ago. So having a temperature swing about 50 degrees from daytime high to a nighttime low to about 48, it's a big swing. So a couple of things I'm looking for right now. It's my tropicals, make sure I didn't have any root rot, things in that nature. And then drainage issues for any of the pots. And then start identifying trees that need to be repotted. And you can probably notice this, the trees are not draining at all or have that surface water. You know, those most likely will need to have a repotting. Another thing, great part about this time of year is the fall foliage. You saw one trident going into what we call fall foliage. Warm daytime temperatures, great daytime daylight, and then cold or cooler nighttime temperature. That discrepancy, that change, will cause those trees to change color for fall color. So more to come probably. I do see some of my trees already turning yellow. So that's a great sign. This might be a great year for that fall color. If you have any fall color, it'd be great to post some pictures. Even make a comment that you guys are showing fall colors this time of year. I have I have a Japanese maple here, and this is a forest, and you notice that some of these trees are turning color, and this one right here is still green. So you're gonna have that discrepancy in trees if they weren't from the same lot or from the same tree. You're gonna have some like color distribution differences based on that species, right? Or not species, but the variety that you got from that lot. Other things that you want to worry about is watering at this point. I didn't water today. My sprinkler system actually shut off. It said you had enough rain from last night or from yesterday. You don't need water. I do kind of walk the field, making sure the trees do need water and trees that don't need water. Right now, it looks pretty good. Everything was well watered. We had over about 4 to 6 inches of rain yesterday. I do apologize. My dog's barking in the background. But that's something for you guys to look at, especially after a rainstorm. And then right now we're gonna have some cool temperatures tonight. So I don't think we're gonna drop below 48 degrees, so I'm not too worried at that point in time. See what else? Let me get my dogs inside and we'll continue. Oh, I do apologize for that. Let those dogs back inside. Dogs will be dogs in this case. Something I did note, if you're walking around, camellias right now are in full bud mode. You can see the flower buds for next season are already out. So that's something to note. If you do have camellias, great time to kind of look at some of your trees, see are they going to be budding for next year. I do have a couple of dogwoods. They're doing the same thing. They're producing flower buds for next season. Looking at the Japanese maples, most of my Japanese maples, especially my developed ones, You can see in the background, you can see terminal buds they're actually starting to swell. That means they're going into winter dormancy. So give it in a couple more weeks. I bet some of these trees will probably turn color. If not, they're going to turn brown and they're going to fall at one time. So something to kind of look at, especially in the next couple of weeks. Exciting couple of weeks when our fall color here in Southern California really starts to peak at this point. I think that's pretty much it at this point. Great idea for you to look for repotting. Again, this is a great time to start gathering your supplies. I will be putting a video together where I get my supplies and what kind of substrate that you should be working with that best suits for your tree. So that's actually coming up pretty soon here. Without further ado, here are some events coming in for the month of October. Starting this Thursday, October 16th, October 16th, Thursday, our club, Baikoen, is having tongue twister here, having our monthly meeting at the LA Arboretum from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the bamboo room, and Tom Vuong will be our guest demonstrator for the night. He will be working on a a Juniper, and that tree will be styled and be auctioned off, not that night, but during our winter silhouette in January. The following night, October 17th, Friday, Ichi is having a special guest. His name is Hiroyoshi Yamaji. He comes from Japan, actually, a guest from Japan. His specialty is a black pine, white pine specialist in Japan. Great opportunity if you're in the area. Daiichi is having their meeting at the Gardena Valley Japanese Cultural Institute in Gardena. Of course, if you're in the area, go visit. It's a great opportunity to see an expert working on black pine and white pine. Okay. Next, this is like back to back to back. So now we got Thursday, Friday, now Saturday. San Diego Bonsai Club is having their Bonsai Blast. This is their pre-game, if you want to call that a pre-game, for the Rendezvous that's coming up. And that's going to happen in Balboa Park from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. They have two special guests. It's almost a double header. One person will be doing like a demo, and one person will do a small group, and then during the afternoon they'll flip-flop. And those two guests is Jonas Dupuich from Oakland, California, and of course Hiroyoshi Yamaji from Japan again. He's going to be one of those guest artists for their Bonsai Blast. So this is their pre-game show, or the pre-game for that Rendezvous. Okay. So again, that's be Thursday. Our club's putting a show together, our club meeting with Tom Vuong. Friday, the 17th, Daiichi's having their monthly club meeting with Hiroyoshi, and finally, the San Diego Bonsai Club is doing theirs on Saturday, their Bonsai Blast. And then the following week after that, it's going to be the Golden State Bonsai Federation, the Rendezvous, and Santa Nella and Mission de Oro. That happens on Friday, Saturday, and partially Sunday. We'd love to invite, you guys are probably all invited at this point. Hopefully I can see you guys there. Lots of things going on, both Friday, Saturday, and including half a Sunday. So please don't miss out, and I'll see you guys there. And that concludes the October. Lots of things going on, back to back weekends at this point. And let's hit up to November, a little bit November 14th through the 16th, Kofu Bonsai Kai having their annual show at the Bowers Museum in Santa Nella between the hours of 10 to 4. If I'm correct, that is a Friday, I think it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if I'm correct. Okay. I most likely be there on Saturday. I think that's my hope to be there. And then on the 15th, that Saturday, November 15th, that is, Fresno Bonsai Society is having their fall bonsai sale and auction between 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock at the Clovis Senior Center. So again, that is their annual sale. And then of course we get a little bit of December here. In December, Saturday, December the 6th, Baikoen, our club, is having we're having our annual Christmas potluck at the Shiba residence. Please RSVP, and those hours between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock p.m. at the Shiba residence. And then last but not least, of course, you guys all cordially invited to the Winter Silhouettes, the 61st Winter Silhouettes, and that's happening at the LA Arboretum. The show will be honoring Jim Barrett, this work of Jim Barrett. Of course, the Nagata Kumai Award will go to Shira Manning. And I hope you can see you guys there. So I think that is it for the month October, a little bit of November, a little bit of December, and finally our show in January. I hope you guys see you guys there. Probably gives you guys some more updates, but that's as much as I can, as fast as I can. We're almost done with our Northern California series, and there's more to come. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.